Hi guys, it's lunchtime. Who's ready for a few recipes with ground beef? Can't wait. Alright guys, I went ahead and weighed all the ground beef that I'm going to use for the recipe. The grand total is 582 grams of beef. I went ahead and made 5 100-gram balls and did a 82-gram ball for the top. I'm going to make 2 burgers, maybe the 3, and I'll use the 82-gram one. And then the other 2, this one will be for Amberlynn. I know one of her favorite meals is the ground beef on top of the lettuce with the cottage cheese topping. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that, and I'm going to show you my version. I hope you like it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use 200-gram balls to make like a taco meat to put on top of a salad. I know that each ball weighs 100, so I can cook this all together. And I know that when it's finished cooking, what I'll do is I'll weigh it again, see what it is, and just split it in half. And that's how I know what my servings are for each. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and break this up with my hands. Just only because I grabbed it with my hands, so I'm gonna have to wash them anyway, so I might as well just use them and break them. They're washed anyway, just so you know. Let's get cooking. So in here, I have my own homemade taco seasoning. You can find it on Pinterest, is where I typically go for all my recipes. But I don't know it offhand. I can put it certainly in the description when I'm done here. But it is taco seasoning, and I like making my own because I can adjust the salt level, and I can add any of the spices that I want. Maybe I feel like having cilantro, or maybe I don't feel like having garlic. Maybe my body doesn't do well with onion. You know, I mean, you can make it your own, and you get so much more than just those dollar packets that you get. So, the meat has started to sizzle. I'm not going to add any oil, obviously, because it's ground beef. It'll have its own fat and its own oil. So now we're going to wait a little bit. I'm going to break it up. I like to season my meat. I noticed that when you use the seasoning pack, it always tells you to do it like after the meat is cooked, which I never quite understood. Because like, you want the flavors to get inside of that meat, you know? So I just absolutely love taco meat. I can use it for so many different things other than just making a taco. Obviously, we can make burritos. We have low-carb tortillas. But I like to make those wild cottage cheese wraps. I will have a video one day on how to make a really good one. And I also like putting on top of my eggs. That's another great thing. The salad that I'm going to do for lunch. Just let it think. A nice keto shepherd's pie maybe, but you know, minus the taco seasoning. You could also do with a nice cauliflower mash. That would be tasty. Maybe we'll do that in another video. So this meat looks done. So now I'm just going to transfer it to a paper towel because I don't need all that oil. I really don't. Make that cook a little bit. So I'm gonna get my paper towel. I'm gonna put it in my bowl. I was hoping I had something better, but we're just gonna take our spatula and a spoon with holes in it, as you can see, and we're just gonna pour it in the paper towel to absorb all that oil. Now that we got the taco meat out of the way, now we're gonna just make these burgers. I love actually having burgers for breakfast. I do a patty, I still do my eggs. I might do 2 eggs instead because, you know, the burger meat, but oh man, it's one of my favorites. I always eat half of the burger in the morning, and then I eat half of it later in the morning as my, you know, second half to my breakfast. But I chose to do 2 separate meals because I want to show you that with a package of meat you can make a few different meals, so it keeps you on track. You have a variety throughout the week. And you don't want to get bored because I tell you what, there was a time where I went and I was eating chicken like for breakfast, for lunch, sometimes we did for dinner, and it was like eggs, and it was just like I had enough. I was done. I needed some variety of some sort, so that's when I had a cheat day because I was going insane. When you're constantly eating chicken and eggs all the time, I mean, it gets, oh my God, it gets so boring. So, you know, I go ahead and that's when I make my decision that I need like the cheat meal. Not a cheat day, a cheat meal. So I go all in. My favorite is like Chinese food. So I don't hold back. I eat as much as I want at that meal, and then I'm done. And then I go right back to eating the way I always do. Now that the burgers are cooking, you can come back and address our salads that we're going to make. So let's go ahead and put that together. Alright guys, now that the meat is all done cooking, we can start building our plate. First, we're going to go ahead and build the salad. I never measure my salad. That's just, it's like you can have a lot for very little, so there's just no point. But what I do is I put the entire amount on my 8.5-inch plate, and I fill it right almost to the edge, and then from there I start to build. So what we're gonna do, I measured out my cooked meat. When I put all the meat on the scale after it was cooked, it went down to 165 grams. So I just split that in half, and now I'm left with the rest. So I'm just gonna put that there. We're gonna start with the beef. I have some roasted chickpeas that I made myself in the oven. I can write all about that another day. But these are 30 grams of chickpeas. This just adds a little bit of extra protein to the dish because I don't want to just depend on the meat. I want to get some fiber in there. I also made a simple pico de gallo. There's just some chopped up tomato, onion, and jalapenos for that extra spice. This is like nothing. This is like 30 grams. I think it's like 4 calories. So it's just some extra flavor. You don't have to add the dressings and all that stuff if you don't really need it. So we're just gonna throw that right on top. And lastly but not least, I know that when I have a salad, I need something in there to make it crunchy. Texture gets boring as you keep going, so you need something to liven that up. So instead of croutons, which is just, you know, probably deep fried bread, if not definitely coated with a lot of oil. So what I like to do is I like to get some just plain coleslaw. It gives you a lot for a little. I don't know exactly how many grams, but I know one serving is only 25 calories. So if you just add this on top of your salad, this will give you more veggies, plus that crunch. As you see, this plate is huge. It's covering up the pretty stuff that I did already, but you know, it's all in there and it's delicious and it's one of my go-tos and I always stay full. Take a look at that. That is packed. Beautiful color, has everything that you need. Tons of fiber, tons of veggies, all the protein that you need. Okay, now that our salad is finished being built, what I'd like to do as a nice topping, as a nice little dressing, we're gonna make a simple taco flavored cottage cheese topping. So what I went ahead, I did 113 grams of cottage cheese, that's one serving. And I mixed in some taco seasoning that I used for the ground beef. And then I added a little bit of water to it just to thin it out to make it a little bit more saucy. And as you see, it's a little bit saucy. But once you mix it into everything, it coats it, it'll be fine. You don't have to go, you know. So you can use as little or as much as you want. But when I did the math, I chose to do a full 113 grams of cottage cheese dressing. So here we go. Oh, that looks so good. I ain't gonna lie. That is a ton. But damn, would you be satisfied with this? And that's it, guys. We just built a beautiful, beautiful salad. Fresh ingredients, all made at home, full of protein. I will have all of the macros, or at least the calories of each item when I complete the video. But just look at that. It looks so yummy. And you got everything you need in there. I challenge you to do the cottage cheese dressing and give it a try and have something different. Alright guys, so now that we've finished building our salad, let's move on to the second lunch idea that we could use for the ground beef. We're gonna do a simple burger, and I love burgers, especially when I can have it with a bun. So I'm gonna have it with the last two chaffles that we made in the breakfast video, because I only ate one since I got 3. So let's start building. So we're gonna put the first one down. I've already toasted them, and typically, you know, people like using lettuce and stuff like that, which is fine. You can have what you want, but me, I like to have a little bit of texture in my food, especially since you know, the bread is going to be a little bit softer. So I'm going to go with some coleslaw again. I love using that. There's nothing in it, it's just the bag coleslaw mix, and I just like adding it. It's just a nice crunch, nice fiber. Sometimes if you don't use like the spring mix, things like that, if you're using just iceberg lettuce, you're really just having water. Like, it's really just water. There's nothing beneficial to it. So, but you know, whatever you like, it's fine. As long as you're getting your veggies in, that's fine. I'm just letting you know you get more nutrients from the other dark leafy green lettuces that are out there. So we put our coleslaw down. I'm gonna grab one of the burgers. I grabbed the little one, the 82-gram one, because I'm not really feeling too hungry. I'm still doing pretty well from the breakfast earlier. I like onions, a nice full onion right on top. I might put the onion at the underneath the bun, the burger, because it's a little burger and the onion's pretty big. So then I got my 2 little tomato slices already. I love tomatoes on a burger, it's delicious. And I'm gonna put some more avocado. I leave it the pit in there because look at what happens when you cut around and around and around. You get a perfect hamburger topping. So we're just gonna peel that off. Look at how easy that is, guys. Don't you just love tricks? That's the fun part about cooking. You learn all these tips and tricks. So now we're gonna just put it right on top. I think I got too much stuff, but you never have too much stuff on a burger, if you ask me. Now some of you might feel this is enough, which I'll agree. I don't think I could get it any higher without toppling. But if you are a ketchup person, this brand, Mr. G. Hughes, he's got so many flavors, so many sauces. He's got honey mustards, he's got barbecue sauce, he's got salad dressing, he's got the ketchup. I think he has what's that fish sauce, the cream of tartar, or you know what I mean. He's got that. He's got an actual coleslaw mix, so you could actually have your coleslaw sugar-free. It's all sugar-free, guys. G. Hughes, he's the man. I've been with him for many years when he first started, and he only had like 2 sauces, and now he's got a slew of stuff. He's got even seasonings. I didn't even know that. I saw that the other day. All right, and then we take our final chaffle and we put it right on top. Don't fall. So that is our burger. Obviously, you can leave off stuff, but I love a nice messy burger, especially when I get to eat it with bread. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to cooking with you on the next one. Thank you.